Hey, it's me, the Rhino, Survival Skills 101. It is a fantastic day today. And in fact, it is Park and Ski Day in the state of Idaho. That means people in the state of Idaho for free can park and ski up in the mountains. And since the Rhino's a cheap ass, he doesn't want to pay to park and ski, he's going today for free. But I'm not gonna go skiing. I am gonna go snowshoeing. And you are gonna come along with me, and I really appreciate that too. So let's rock and roll. Before we go out snowshoeing, I want to show you what I'm going to bring along in my backpack. Now I bring a lot of stuff when I go, and this is just going to be for one day. You might bring less. Fantastic, man. If all you want to do is go out in a loincloth out in the snow, you go ahead. But me, I hate the snow. I don't want to freeze to death, so I bring along stuff. Now I want you to know that what I bring might not be what you bring. So you're seeing stuff there, oh, I wouldn't take that, I wouldn't take that, I wouldn't take that. Fantastic. I'm just giving you examples so that you can put stuff in your pack that you might want. You might want to bring a little saw with you. I don't bring a saw, but you might feel that's important. Fantastic. You might want to bring more food. You might want to bring more water, whatever. But you need to tailor it to your needs. Also, you need to understand that when you're out snowshoeing, cross-country skiing, whatever, you are going to be sweating. So you want to be able to have clothing in layers. And that's what the backpack is great for. So you can take something off, put it in your backpack, bring it out when you need to, because you just don't want to be sweating when you're out in the cold, because that leads to problems. So keeping the sweating down is very important, and that's why having a backpack is good. So here are some things that I bring in my backpack. My backpack right here, I bring some poles along. Now I'll probably be carrying those, but sometimes I want to stuff them in my backpack and don't want to use them. Good to fight off animals, good to not fall down, good to make a tent out of. Poles are good. I just go down the list here. This is my bivy bag as well. I'm not going to bring a sleeping bag, but a bivy bag. I can lay on it. I can put it over me if I need to, get inside of it, keep the water off. It's very light. I'll bring that along. Water bottle right here. Be able to put water in it, drink out of it. I'm also going to bring some other water. The more water you bring, the heavier it is. So that's something that you got to think about. Bring some power bars right here. GPS locator. This is my inReach. Basically, I can call for help if I need to. Man, if you're not going to do anything, then bring this. All right, that's the thing that's going to help you. A couple lighters right here. I'm also going to bring some matches. I don't have those right now, but and along with the lighter, what I like to do is I like to bring a lot of tinder with me. All right, so because you never know how hard it is, it's going to light the fire. I want an easy fire. This is super light, so I bring this with me. Bring a hat as well. Okay, make sure that you have a hat on. Along with the hat, make sure you have a pair of gloves. I'll also bring a ski mask too. Keep your face warm. And again, that just goes inside. You don't have to use it if you don't want to. Bring my gun with me. All right, I always need that. I just don't want to have to pack a huge gun. Bring a knife. Bring a flashlight. I bring a whistle so people can find me. An energy shot. So extra socks, man. That's good. Your feet get cold. Your feet get wet. Extra pair of socks. Very important. Very light. Sunglasses. Be sure to bring your sunglasses with you. You don't want to go snow blind. Basically what snow blind is the sun reflecting off the snow, burning your eyes. Oh man, I had that once and it hurts. Bring myself a shovel, little baby shovel right here. It's very light, but I don't want to get my gloves wet if I have to dig a snow cave or whatever. This little shovel will help me out. Bring some paracord along with me. You need that. That's super important. A little medical kit. You can bring this if you want, or just some band-aids. And then lastly, I bring some hand warmers as well to try to keep warm. Basically what I'm doing, if I get lost, I get hurt, something like that, I want to build a fire, get me some shelter. Then I'll think about the water, and then I will, think about eating. I just want to try to stay warm, because it's going to be a hell of a night. If you get put out there and it's 6 degrees, 5 degrees below zero, it's just going to be super cold. So pack something with you. Be smart so that you don't become a statistic if you get lost out in the woods and die. Okay, before we get started, let me give you the rundown on snowshoes so that you understand this. Snowshoeing is becoming one of the most popular sports for average people in America. You know, a lot of people go cross-country skiing, and people think about that, but you know, snowshoeing is very popular, very exciting, and it's really an awesome thing for preppers so that they can get out into the snow. Just give you the rundown about my snowshoes. I bought these, I don't know, about 3 years ago. I bought them brand new. They're from the Tubbs company. I'm not advocating Tubbs, but I mean, they're a great company. They were founded in like 1908 or 1918, something like that, in Maine, and they produce some really good snowshoes. These ones that I have here are backcountry snowshoes, so that I can walk and travel, you know, basically like I'm hiking. There's a lot of other snowshoes, you know, you can buy. They have some racing snowshoes, and you know, quite frankly, the Rhino isn't an expert on snowshoeing. Although I've gone snowshoeing a lot, you know, I'm not really an expert on the designs of snowshoes. Mine are kind of long right here, and just to let you know, it really depends on what weight you are, just depending on what size snowshoe you have. The bigger person you are, the bigger the snowshoe is going to be, because when we're walking on snow, what we're doing is we're really displacing our weight all along the top of the snow. If we stepped our boot into it, it would be in a smaller location in the snow, and that's why we go through. So what we want to do is we want to glide on top of the snow. Well, to do that, you're going to need to have a snowshoe for your weight size. Now, I weigh 200 pounds. And so I'm going to need a big snowshoe, and so I have the 36 in the Tubbs, all right? And they go down, they have different models. So what you just need to understand is when you go to buy a snowshoe, all right, you need to ask, hey, what's the best size snowshoe for my weight class? And one thing you need to remember is you're going to have a pack on as well. So if you're carrying 35 pounds, you weigh 150, you need to keep that in mind when getting a snowshoe. All right, and if not, then you're going to start sinking a lot more. Now I'm just going to give you the rundown about this snowshoe. I'm going to go quick about it, and then we're going to get out there and rock and roll. First of all, right here along the side, that's called the frame. Okay, this is called the deck right here, the decking. Okay, and that's made of, I don't know, plastic, vinyl. Makes it really light. This is the binding right here. That's where your foot goes into. My binding has a real quick release. It tightens right here, and it tightens around the back to keep your foot in there as well. This right here is what they call an active lift. An active lift. And that's what Tubbs calls it. I don't know what other companies call it. But basically it allows your heel to rest on top of there when you're climbing up steep hills. That way you don't hurt your Achilles tendon. And that really is a nice feature as well. On the back of this, you're going to have a crampon here. All right, the crampon, what that does is that gets into the snow and the ice and gives you that traction. So basically that's a snowshoe. It moves up and down like that, as you can see, depending on how that's going to, what terrain you're on. And it really, like I said, just allows you to glide on the snow and ice. Anyway, let's get going and rock and roll. All right, brought my dog Rodeo with me. Here's the trail. Whoop them up. This is where we've been walking from. As you can see, there've been a lot of people on the trail. Anyway, this snow, I don't know, about 4 feet deep maybe in some places. It's really cool. The cool thing about snowshoes is this. Like if I were walking and I just came from over here, but I'll just keep on walking, there's fresh snow right there. That's pretty deep. If I step into it, and nothing's going to happen with my snowshoes because it distributes the weight evenly across the snow so that I can walk. If I just had my boots, my foot would just sink right in. Anyway, this is the view of what I'm looking at as I go along. Alright, just sitting walking up the trail here, getting pulled by Rodeo. You know, I get asked, you know, if you're a prepper,
Should you be skiing and snowshoeing? And I say absolutely. If you came to this channel about prepping, you need to learn to snowshoe. Because what in the middle of winter, something bad happens and you're gonna have to go to the woods? Well, you ain't going to the woods if there's snow and the roads aren't clear. So you need snowshoes. It's just super important to learn how to do it. You don't have to learn how to ski, but snowshoeing in somewhere when you need to, that's an important skill, and it doesn't really take a lot to walk in. It's good exercise. It's fun. And your dog likes it. So learn to snowshoe. It's super important. Coming to the end of it. There it is inside the parking lot.
Okay, there you go, snowshoeing in Idaho. Why it's important for every prepper. Hey, if you like what we're doing, subscribe to our channel. Give us a like, share us with your friends. For Survival Skills 101, I'm your buddy the Rhino. I don't need to go up in the mountains. I got all the snow forget it. Anyway, Survival Skills 101. Are you prepared to look forward?